Good. Yep. All right, we are live, and we have the right microphone. We don't have the microphone from the video cam. Yeah, so what an incredible football day. So much. The Chiefs look unstoppable. That is the best performance I've seen from Joe Burrow in a long time. They looked like a competing team, where last week they looked, honestly, horrible. It's like they didn't show up. One of the most frustrating games to watch, I would say, was the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud looked good, but Chicago does not let you score touchdowns. And the Texans just kept hammering. They were insane. The sack count, I have no idea. He was able to get out of the way a bit. Khalib was okay, but he is not going to make it if he keeps getting smashed like that. There's no way. He's not going to survive. Nobody can take that kind of punishment forever. It's scary. Chicago's defense, though, was insanely good. They kept them in the game. The offensive line was basically outplayed. CJ Stroud looked comfortable. Stephon Diggs looked okay. He wasn't awful. He wasn't his normal self, but he is getting older, right? So it's just one of those situations where when I was watching the game, I was like, is this what football is now? A series of watching people get close enough that they can kick a field goal. Oh, wait, they're going to kick another field goal. Oh, wait, they're going to kick another field goal. And it wasn't a blowout by any stretch of imagination. Any team that could score 2 touchdowns quickly could have come back, but I don't know. Chicago, as bad as they are on some aspects, they're really good in others. So we'll have to see how this goes. Love is just awakening. All over the world, we are here together.
We've only just begun. Our story's not over. Got a lot of love to give, more than you can discover. We've only just begun. Our journey's just in sight. I've got so much love to give. Let's make it right. Remember that first swipe when our profiles matched? I had this awesome crush, your heart I hope to catch. Now here we are today in a digital embrace. Let's sync our hearts, girl, let's find our place. We've only just begun, our romance is not over. Got a lot of love to give, like a treasure to uncover. We've only just begun, our love's just taking flight. I've got so much love to give, let's make it right. Let's stream our favorite shows under the neon light, and let our passions run wild through the virtual night. I'm here to please you in this tech-driven life. Oh girl, let's stay close in this digital strife. From video calls to virtual dates, our love story we'll narrate. With emojis and gifts, we'll express our delight. In this modern world, our love will take flight. Let's plan our next adventure, maybe a VR escape, or a concert online where we can both relate. I think I love you too much in this digital age. I wanna be with you on every virtual stage. We've only just begun, our romance is not over. Got a lot of love to give, like a treasure to uncover. We've only just begun, our love's just taking flight. I've got so much love to give, let's make it right. We've only just begun, our romance is treasure to uncover. We've only just begun, our love's just taking flight. I've got so much love to give, let's make it right. We've only just begun, our romance is not over. Got a lot of love to give, like a treasure to uncover. We've only just begun, our love's just taking flight. I've got so much love to give, let's make it right. Let's stream our favorite shows under the neon light, and let our passions run wild through the virtual night. I'm here to please you in this tech-driven life. Oh girl, let's stay close in this digital strife. From video calls to virtual dates or love story, we'll narrate with emojis and gifs. We'll express our delight in this modern world. Our love will take flight. You know, in the old days, love was a letter, a phone call. Now it's a text, a like, a share, but the feeling still the same. We're just using new tools to build the same old love story. I really need you so in this world of screens. I've got so much more love, more than it seems. Baby, don't you know it feels so right inside, just to know you're mine in this digital tide. We've only just begun, our romance is not over. Got a lot of love to give, like a treasure to uncover. We've only just begun, our love's just taking flight. I've got so much love to give, let's make it right. So here we are, with our hearts in our hands, in this digital world, let's make our stand. Our love's just begun, with so much more to see. Together we'll navigate this modern love decree.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all over the world. We are here together. I'm looking at the games yesterday. The Ravens are in trouble. They are. Or we have underestimated, which is very possible, the effects of the Raiders. I think it's more, personally, the Raiders are in trouble. They gave away too much. They gave away the farm. They did. They gave away the farm. And it's hard losing so many dominant defensive players. And that was a huge part. When they gave up Queen, I thought that was odd. Thought he was such an insane motivator, leader. And he's doing okay in Cleveland. That's a new spot. He had almost an interception yesterday. So the Bills are finding ways to win. Josh Allen is a big part of that, but they're feeding everybody a little bit. So it's okay. It's not exciting football. They are productive, though. 31 points to 10. That was an awful game. Nobody wants to see concussions like that. Nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you dislike the Dolphins. Yeah, that is not, to the average person, that is not entertainment. It just isn't. Anybody can win this year. Anybody can win. The Chargers dominated the Panthers, which I did not expect, to be honest. I didn't think it would be that bad. I had a sneaking suspicion that the Saints would win, but not 44-19. And that just goes to show you, again, how incredibly blessed the Saints are right now. They seem to be aligned just right. They're doing exceptional things. Really, really. Like, they just kept scoring. It was ridiculous. You know, nine plays. They started at the 20. They had got 80 yards and a touchdown. You know, crazy. Just crazy, crazy, crazy how much they were able to just do whatever they wanted when they wanted. They made the Cowboys look horrible. Like, and that's hard to do. Cowboys are not a horrible team, by any stretch of the imagination. They are not. But they were outplayed. I like close games. I don't like kicking duels. I'm not a big fan of that. But I do respect the defenses that can do that. I think it's great. I think Dak Prescott, it's probably good he's losing right now. I don't want them to have it super easy at the beginning. I want them to be hungry. I think they were overconfident last year and the year before and the year before. A lot of work to get done. It just and Alvin Kamara, 4 TDs. 4. There's teams like the Steelers that have not had 4 touchdowns total in the first 2 games. Total. It's becoming a very defensive game again. It reminds me of the football when I was a kid. And man, is it physical. And anybody can get injured any week. So if you're thinking, oh, we got this great roster and it's all going to be just chucks and giggles. No, it's not. You can lose your quarterback like that. Easy. Anybody. Aaron looked okay. He didn't look great. His receivers looked better. But it's not a great team. It's a big difference between the 49ers and the Titans. Sorry. Never been a big fan of the Titans. It was entertaining. But I don't know. He looks old to me. And I really like Aaron. He's still got a great arm. I noticed he was staying in the pocket out of harm's way. But my God, it was a bloodbath in the Chicago game. It was awful. Like Mr. Williams, I guarantee you, is hurting. I'm shocked he's not really injured. So he's tough. And they were hitting him. I mean, blindside hits. I hate seeing those. Where they get you from behind. That drives me crazy. You don't want to see that. You want to be able to at least brace yourself. It's going to be bad enough you're going to get hit. But the ones from behind, I'm always like, oh God, be okay. Be okay. The kind side of me is like, oh, come on. Don't hit him too hard. Just get him down on the ground.
We are floating among the clouds. I believe in this love. There is a timeless wisdom that holds up my greatest love. We have loved countless lifetimes. The world is in a state of awakening. The sun shines every morning without asking for thank you. Nature is forever, giving healing waves of unconditional love. Time is moving into the future. We are holding on to the past. I believe in the power of positive thoughts. Choose to see this life a divine miracle unfolding. Hold your hands towards to your true love. Take time today to see all the joy awakening within you. The sun shines every morning without asking for thank you. Nature is forever, giving healing waves of unconditional love. Time is moving into the future. We are holding on to the past. Let this heart whisper goodness. Let this mind moments of peace. Let the soul see the light glowing within. Stop. We are holding on to the past. I believe in the power and without asking for thank you. Nature is forever giving healing waves of unconditional love. Time is moving into the future. We are holding on to the past. Let this heart whisper goodness. Let this mind moments of peace. Let this soul see the light glowing within. Stop.
Very cool. I like that. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. The New York and Commanders game was more entertaining than I thought. It was very, very entertaining. Not a little bit, very entertaining. Both teams showed growth. I love that they played against each other. It was a bit of a mess. Things seemed disorganized. But it was close. Low scoring, right? Commanders pulled it off by 3 points, and New York stayed in it. And I think it came right down to the wire, which is really fun to watch. I don't like blowouts. I'm not a big fan of watching games that are blowouts. That's not my thing at all. Yeah, not into that at all. I think what I need to do here is I need to find, just one moment here, guys, get myself my bearings set. Okay, here we go. So when I see this, yeah, this is way better. At least now I know where I am. Okay, where are you, Michael? Okay, so let's have a quick look here at Cleveland. If it'll come up. Yeah, and it did. Yeah, Jerry Jeudy, I enjoyed. I thought he was good. He showed moments. Jerome Ford was excellent as well. Don't know much about Perry Strong Jr., but I remember seeing him thinking, oh, good. And that's the thing. At this time of the year, you're going to see depth you didn't know about. It's all a learning curve, and people are going to step up to the plate and do well. But I really like Jerry Jeudy. Elijah Moore looked okay. Jordan Atkins looked okay, right? Like, there are pieces. Deshaun Watson looked all right. Like, he had moments. It wasn't dreadful. So I am more hopeful than I was before. The Jaguars, though, really, really bad. But also really good. They seem to be dancing in the middle of the field, but can't get to the end zone. They just don't have the ability to get to the end zone for some reason. Let's play some music in the background here. Love is Amazing. Is it? Okay, Love is Amazing. I made this recently. Yeah, so as I look at this, I have to say I was a little overjoyed to see that the 49ers didn't do very well. I know that's awful, but I've been seeing cracks in the foundation for a while. And for some reason, Minnesota had their way. They put pressure on Purdy the whole time. He looked flustered. They could not contain that defense at all. It was a very different story than what we had seen with the Jets. The Jets game, the defense seemed like they didn't even show up. Zay Flowers, 10 targets, eh? Hmm. I'm just looking at the snap counts here, and I really like Justice Hill. I always have. Lamar Jackson was pressured. Derrick Henry was honestly awful. Awful. They were all over him. They wouldn't let him breathe. He couldn't get 2 steps. They contained them. So anybody who was saying horrible things about Sam Laporta, including it's like last year when Sam Laporta was in Detroit in the camps, and a lot of people were saying, we don't see it, and other people did. And it's some athletes, I think, instantly are good, and they can jump out of the gate. But Sam Darnold is now showing, it looked like maturity to me and control that I've seen in second tier quarterbacks. So I'm happy for him. Kirk Cousins looks awful. I totally agree with them letting him go. Now, it's a sample size. It really is. It's a sample size, and we don't know at all what his circumstances are. If he's still maybe 50%, maybe he's worried. That is a really horrible injury. Baker Mayfield did it all. Like, Baker Mayfield was phenomenal. Yeah, it's just so many elements. Anybody who thinks they've got this down and they can figure it out, you're full of it. There's just too many elements. There just is. A lot of times a nobody, and I don't mean anybody who makes a football team in the NFL is a nobody. You're really a somebody. Are stepping up. They're making the plays. They're coming to bat. The Lions got served, right? People wrote Baker Mayfield off. People within my own inner circle were making fun of the receivers. And I said, no, he's good. You know who you are. You know what you said. We have to be accountable for what we say. I said horrible things about Sam Darnold. I laughed. I thought he was done. I have to admit, I thought Stefan Diggs was done. He's showing signs that he's not done. He's not great, but he's not done. Right? The thing that's driving me crazy now is these games are becoming field goals, right? So if you look at the first quarter of the battle, and that's what it was a defensive battle between the Buccaneers and the Lions, and how many people didn't even mention the Buccaneers? Said horrible things about the Buccaneers. Said horrible things about Baker Mayfield. How many people a couple years ago said horrible things about the Lions, Detroit? Both of these teams are Cinderella stories now. They beat the odds, right? Now, Baker did a couple crazy things, but he did what he had to do. Like, he deked out people, used the speed he has, which isn't great, and somehow found a way into the end zone. But if you look here, first quarter, Buccaneers. 329. Field goal. Interception. The Lions. Another defensive game, right? Field goal. Buccaneers. Time 2:20. And then finally, the Lions get on the board. Or successfully had 7 plays and kicked a field goal for 57 yards, which is insane. That's great. And then there was a punt, another field goal. The Lions. Finally, a touchdown. Finally, they found a way. Shotgun. Baker Mayfield passes deep left into Chris Godwin, who people made fun of. I think the bookends. I think they're amazing. We had people asking, should they sit him? I'm like, no, he's good. Baker Mayfield was the only quarterback last week who had 4 touchdowns. Only one. Nobody mentioned that. Nobody cares. They're more concerned about Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, right? There are other quarterbacks. There are other teams, right? So I apologize to Minnesota for doubting them. I had a feeling, though. Certain teams are like an Achilles heel to other teams. For the 49ers, it has always been Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is their Achilles heel. Joe Burrow shows up on those games. He did not show up the first game. That was awful. In fact, it was embarrassing. Not good at all. But you're looking at the end of the half, there's one score. The one guy they made fun of got a touchdown. All these other superstars were just dancing in the middle of the field. Dancing in the middle of the field. Trying to get close enough to be in field goal yardage, right? It's going to get to a point where you're going to have guys that can kick 66 yards consistently. It's going to happen. So is it going to become the game of let's kick a field goal because we don't have enough ability to get even remotely close? There's very few teams scoring this year for some reason. I think it's because it's so incredibly close. It's a game of inches. I hear that all the time, and I'm starting to believe it. So finally, Montgomery gets a 1-yard touchdown. Finally, the Lions. Yeah. These are not electrifying games. These are low-scoring games. If your team is on fire, like if you look what the Saints did to the Cowboys, right? 4 touchdowns, 1 player. You're doing something wrong, right? The Buccaneers only gave up 16 points to the Lions. The Lions have an insanely deep running game, but they have one receiver, Mr. Brown, who I think, will he last the year? If you make the workload too much, you're done. Thank God they have excellent tight ends. They really do. And more teams are winning off of defense, right? Special teams, and great tight ends. Not great receivers recently, I've been noticing. A lot of tight ends, when they need that 6, 8 yard on third down, it's the tight ends that are getting through because they're the big guys. They're tall. They're easier targets, even if they're double covered, sometimes triple covered. The only receiver that really wowed me, I would say yesterday, Nico Collins. Nico Collins really wowed me. Bryce Hill looked good, but he's not a tight end and he's not a receiver. He's a running back, right? He's another guy that was written off. Many people said horrible things about him. So I wouldn't panic if I was Detroit. You weren't served, but it was on both ends pretty sloppy. And it just goes to show you very few teams have excellent, and I mean excellent, offensive lines. Very few. There's a lot of teams that are insanely good on defense. Chicago blew me away. They're dangerous. They remind me of the Ravens last year. The Ravens, to me, remind me of the feeling I had last year with the Eagles. And the Eagles looked great at the beginning, but they seemed like they were half ass in it. But they had enough tools that they could get through it. The league is too competitive now to do half-ass stuff. For some reason, the Saints in Minnesota look really good at the beginning of the year. Small sample size. I think all this disruption, I think when there's disharmony in the locker room, there's chaos, disrespect. I'm talking about the Cowboys. It spills in. It really does. It spills into everything. You make me smile. Enjoy. I love Shout MGB. All creations are made by yours truly. All right. Yeah. So it's as I look deeper here, and I don't want to sound like a broken record because I feel like I'm being a bit of a broken record right now. It's going to be very difficult for any team to beat the Texans. It just is. It is not going to be an easy go for anybody. Um, they have too many weapons, and don't underestimate the Buccaneers. That is a more complete unit than people know. I have to be honest. I'm absolutely shocked at how good Chicago was on defense. Phenomenal. They were really good. I could not believe the pressure Minnesota was putting on Brock Purdy. It was insane, the pressure that was on him. It seemed like a different world. They didn't seem like the same team. And that's the problem when you have so many talented, gifted quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers. But a lot of these games, honestly, they're being won by defenses, not offenses, which is really hard to guess. You can't guess that. You know what I mean? One of my favorite players in the league, and nobody ever talks about him, is Gus Edwards. And that is another player that they let go of. Personally, I like him better than Derrick Henry. I always did. I think when you try to grab something that is old glory and someone who has a lot of miles on them, it's like Ezekiel Elliott, that he seems to keep getting jobs. And OBJ, right? OBJ is another one, past glories. Aaron Rodgers, we'll see. Does he have enough to not embarrass himself this year? I hope he does. I hope he does really well. I'm rooting for him. In the Twilight remix on a new platform called Loud Me. Thank you for being here. Take care. I'll be back in a minute.
Take control, stories untold. Lights flashing, hearts unite and dance. We groove together, lost in trance. Under neon skies, we're electric fire. Dancing shadows, lifting higher. Feel the pulse, it's a cosmic chance. In the night, let's take this dance. Moments glimmer like stars on the rise. Whispers linger under moonlit skies. Together we breathe in this sacred space. In every heartbeat we find our place. Under neon skies, we're electric fire. Dancing shadows, lifting higher. Feel the pulse, it's a cosmic chance. In the night, let's take this dance. Moments glimmer like stars on the rise. Whispers linger under moonlit skies. Together we breathe in the sacred space. In every heartbeat, we find our place. no shadow speak in vain. Let this love flow freely. Free your mind from work. Feel the powerful shift, a divine new story. Let this love flow freely. Free your mind from work. Feel the powerful shift, a divine new story. Subtle hints and whispers, love's pleas in the night. Lead me to experience everything feels right. Keep moving forward with your secret dreams. Keep singing your beautiful songs of praise. Sing them all night long. Keep seeing the joy unfolding around you. It's time to awaken the greatest passions within you. Keep moving forward with your secret dreams. Keep singing your beautiful songs of praise. Sing them all night long. Keep seeing the joy unfolding around you. It's time to awaken the greatest passions within you. Good morning, smile, everybody. Morning, smile, and.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. It's really good. It's got some really cool movements in it. So for you guys, what do you think the biggest upset was? Was it the Vikings over the 49ers? Or was it total domination by the Colts over the Cowboys? Which one? Put it in the comments if you are wondering which is which. I don't know up from down this year. And I've said that from the beginning. You cannot clearly say that this is easy. This is not an easy thing to navigate this year. Anybody who says, oh, no, this is so easy. It's no big deal. Yeah. We can easily do this. No. Any team literally has the ability now to beat any other team. It really feels that way. I guarantee you, so many people lost their shirt with the 49ers. Like, literally lost their shirt. Thought it was a given. It's not a given. Not whatsoever. I love Suno music. I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you had to sit back after that performance, is Lamar Jackson in trouble? Is Aaron Rodgers in trouble? Is Dak Prescott in trouble? You know who looked pretty good? Justin Fields. He looked pretty good. I was shocked. He got out of harm's way. Jeffrey Daniels. Shit, he's good, guys. I wasn't sold. But man, he might be the fastest guy right now. Seriously. Lamar looked puzzled or hurt, or they just don't seem organized at all. Patrick Mahomes, whole other level, guys. Whole other level. Like, he's another tier. He's on a planet by himself. And Joe Burrows was locked in. He looked good. I don't care what anybody says. That could have been anybody's game. But when you're on a roll, like Kansas City is right now, things just fall into place until they don't, right? Until they don't. So enjoy the ride while you can, because it may be very short lived. It's really exciting football to watch. Nail biting for fans. I was really happy for those who love the Jets. They finally won. You know, it was starting to feel like there was a chance they could go like 5-0. I was worried. But not so much now. I'm seeing that there are, like there was last year, big differences between the teams. Huge differences, right? This is one I try to read every day. This is so important. And it's something I wrote a long time ago. It could be as long as 8 to 10 years ago. Never mind what a few lost souls think about your secret dreams. You are loved beyond words could ever truly express. And you are in the light of favor with the angels. You really are. Think that way every day. And look at this as a game. Don't take everything personal. You'll never make it. I guarantee you won't make it if you take absolutely everything that comes your way personally. You will burn out. And the thing is, and please don't be offended, you're really not that important. None of us are. Nobody's really important. In the grand scheme of the universe, our existence means nothing. If the world blew up tomorrow, guess what? The universe is going to continue moving forward without us. If, let's say, there was some, I don't know, horrible event, like a massive meteor came and knocked out half the world, guess what? In 1,000 years, which in the grasp of time is no time, everything would be maybe better. It would give the planet, Mother Nature, time to heal this mess. And it is a glorious mess. So I just added a camera here. And you know, I try to every day do the collective reading. So I'm just going to show you. I think I already have it here. Yeah, I just got to click it. There you go. And you guys can see the cards if I do this. A lot of buttons. A lot of buttons. So here's the cards for today, guys. We've got reconciliation. And it says, learn to reconcile with yourself. Okay. The other one we've got is cherish. Protect your relationships well. Okay. And boundary. All right. I want to, because I'm very curious by nature, I want to do a quick reading for Aaron Rodgers on how the next couple of weeks are going to go. So I'm just going to quickly go through this. What do we got here? We got somebody here. You can purchase cheap views. Well, thank you. I admire your hustle. Keep hustling. Okay, we got all kinds of noise. Ooh, look at this for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. Illusion. Okay. And what it says is avoid the trap of mistaken fantasy for real soul connection. First card. We'll do 3. 3's easy. Value. I love this card. Focus on things of value. Good card. One more. Right there. Oh, it's beautiful. Most powerful card in the deck, by the way, as far as I'm concerned. Love. Love can conquer everything. And I think he knows that and lives that. I think he's come a long way in the last, I'd say 5 years. There's been quantum leaps in his spiritual quests. And many people, once they hit 40, are really starting to wonder, is there more to this? And they start to go back into the memory banks.
Like years, her hand gloves unfolding. Round the world, we're holding strong. Secret dreams keep on believing. Hearts together, we belong. Lost and angry souls are feeling. In this shift, we're all aligned. Consciousness is fast revealing all the magic we can find. Back into my memory banks, see how far we've come to stay. Celebrate the souls we cherish in our hearts, they light the way. We're positive inwardly sailing. Shout MGB, lead the way, the way. Digital worlds where we're living. In this magic time we play. Witness to the now unfolding. History's pages we define. Blessings in the moments granted. Together we feel the shine. Back into my memory banks, see how far we've come to stay. Celebrate the souls we cherish in our hearts, they light the way. Witness to the now unfolding. History's pages we define. Blessings in the moments granted. Together we feel the shine. Back into my memory banks, see how far we've come to stay. Celebrate the souls we cherish in our hearts, they light the way.
I love that ending. That's a really good one. I love it. I love it. It's a gentle tune for a Monday morning when your brain is not awake. I think I'm a little bit sensory overload with the football on what I saw because it is so dramatically different than last year. There's a shift in the coaching and the way that they're looking at things. It really is a mixed bag. And it's more and more a chess game. And coaching is such a huge part of it. And you're dealing with supreme athletes, like insanely well-conditioned young players. And they're young and they're tiny. Some of these guys are not big guys. They're speedsters, right? But nobody except for the Saints have looked like they got it together, and the Buccaneers. But even they were, honestly, a bit of a mess. In parts of the game, I felt really bad for Baker. Like Baker was scrambling to save his life. It was crazy, but it just goes to show you the fire that he has and the determination. And he made a couple times something out of nothing. Really made something out of nothing. Why don't we do a card reading for him? I don't think I've ever done one for him. I've always liked him. Even when other people called him an arrogant puss and everything else, I don't know if I recognize something within him that I have within myself. Because a lot of times when you like people and you feel like they're being misjudged, you want some way reflect and connect with that within yourself. You know that, you feel that, right? Okay, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. I'm just thinking about him. Okay, this one's very strong. Oh, wow. Same card. Exact same card I got for Aaron. The illusion card. Maybe there's just a lot of fantasy. And I don't mean fantasy football. In football, maybe a lot of it is stage, right? It's a form of entertainment. Marriage. So he got the marriage card. The marriage card, when it comes to football, can also mean you are kind of married or formed a union with the other players on your team, even the ownership. It could very well mean that he needs to put some energy into his marriage. I don't know. I don't know him. But it feels more like they're forming a trust with him, a belief that he can get it done. There are people there that will put themselves in harm's way to keep him safe. Cherish. Love this card. Protect your relationships well. And I think he's doing that. I think he's formed some really insanely long relationships with some of the co-players, people within his own world. There's a maturity in him that I've really noticed. I don't know if he's gotten some tutelage. Strength. Wow. I don't get that card a lot. The power of love is like a magnet, drawing souls together. So, and I also felt the last card was good. Oh, shit. That's so funny. I didn't see it. I just felt it. Test. Well, if you're a football player, is non-stop test, right? Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. I would agree. He's going to have to perform some miracles this year, and it won't be easy for him. So, folks, I'll probably do another one in a bit. I'll do the game, but I'm going to end it here. We're just under an hour. Thank you to everyone yesterday, both football shows. We had fun. It was a bit of a marathon yesterday.